Okay, so play with it. It's fun. You can have all those different levels of Boleo. You can step in and out of it in many different ways, and it's a great step for listening to each other.
Yes, and what she said about safety, then it is also my responsibility. If we're dancing in a crowded floor, literally if there's people right around us, I will not lead Boleos. The extent might be just like from an ocho, just changing directions and coming back. And if that's enough, if I'm dancing with a partner, if she takes that and starts to take it up, then I know, okay, I'm not leading any Boleos because she wants to do that, and it's a little dangerous. If, on the other hand, I see, like Lori said, if I'm leading them, she has lots of rotation and her foot really is right in our space, then I feel very safe. I know I can lead a Boleo even if there's someone right out here, because it's right contained within our circle.
So you check it out first with your partner before you get exaggerated.
I see how connected are we, how well is she expressing what I think I'm leading, and vice versa. And then I feel more relaxation about leading a step like that.
Yeah. So we listen to the kind of energy they're giving us, particularly on the Boleo, because they can see behind us. So if they make it soft, we want to trust that that's the best thing in that moment.
And so that's a lovely piece. We can be here, I can slowly give her the wind up and bring her back. That's also a Boleo. It has a very soft energy to it. Maybe the music's very soft, we can play with that. Or the energy can be very strong, inviting a lot of energy. Again, Lori has choice about how she takes that. She doesn't trust, she feels safe that there's no one around us that's going to be kicked. I may give a lot of energy and she's still going to keep it down.
Or I'm just having one of those understated days, right?
Or you're savoring
I'm savoring the
smallness
simplicity and smallness of it.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of reasons.
So just the last piece then that we haven't touched on is the front Boleo. And I'd say for this, we want to do the same exercise to get a feel for her axis. Again, I'm going to take a side step, but instead of changing weight and going to the back Boleo like we did before, I'm just going to step to her other side and bring her back. So the first way, if I just step around, just feeling, can I sidestep around toward her unweighted leg this time is what I'm doing. Can I keep her on her axis? If I can, then I'm going to give her a little bit of pivot forward and then step around and invite her to square up again. Pivot forward, squaring up. Pivot forward, squaring up. As I feel that, then what I'm trying to do is I'm pivoting her and I'm trying to actually move into that space at the moment she's at her twisted spiral. If I go there too quick, it's going to feel a little jerky for her. If I let her go all the way there and come back, it doesn't really have the snap of the Boleo that we like. We can just switch feet.
Sure.
We'll do it on the other side again, the same thing here. So I'm trying to get to that step in at the moment when she's twisted, and I can feel through her body that I'm countering that twist. Feel the energy in the embrace. Coming forward.
And I feel that lovely spiral from my toe up through into my shoulder. Still focusing on Patrick, but I have this moment where there's this cross in my body. This is my standing leg. I go across like this, but there's that spiral which feels so three-dimensional and yummy.
And that's one of the beautiful things about this Boleo. It creates this sense of twist, even when we're in close embrace. It's really, really nice. So once we have the sense of her forward Boleo, and we can feel where Lori's axis is, where our partner's axis is, then we can combine the two. And it's a nice way, there's a nice fluid way to flow from one to the other. If I invite Lori to do back ochos, then on one of those back ochos, I'm going to make it into a Boleo. And then as she comes forward, I'm going to do the forward Boleo the other direction, and then back to a back ocho. So we stay in the back ochos, I do one direction, forward the other way, and then we move with her to get back to ochos again. This is a lovely exercise for me in being aware of Lori's axis. Where's her axis? Where's her axis? I move around her axis and around her axis, and then we move together for the back ocho. It can be small, can have more energy to it. Lovely way to start to feel that sense of the twist each direction. It's just a really fun step.
And I'm feeling in my body as we're doing this, remembering that as I do the boleo, it's important to really keep that center line alive so that when my leg goes behind me, I'm really keeping my knees in relationship to one another. I'm not letting my knee shift away from my other knee, and that can help to keep me on my vertical. When I come to the front, I feel this leg wrapping around that leg and then coming up. My knee can come away at that point, but it's really coming around and then up. Around and then up. Okay?
So a nice way that I will do just the front boleo as we're walking is I might take a side step with Lori, do the forward pivot, boleo, and then go into back ocho. So again, we're in parallel system. We're walking together. We take a side step, invite her to go forward. There's the front boleo into a back ocho. One more time. Forward boleo, perhaps even into a molinete, going the other direction. It's a lovely way to change direction. One to the other. Shut up.